Senator Munson.
Thank you, Speaker. I will have a supplementary.
Councillor Pree.
Councillor Pree. We were in a state of euphoria last year, and I was struck by Senator Seidman's statement today on accessibility. If you remember, unanimous consent, the Accessible Canada Act, lots of talk about it front and centre. It was part of a very proactive and nothing about us without us. And I am a little astounded today as we listen to the government and its approach to disability. It announced on the June 5th that it was a one-time payment of $600 to Canadians with disabilities, $600. Now, think about this, Senator Gold. Under the disability tax credit right now, there are a number of disability groups that do not receive any tax breaks, and that includes autism and the diabetes community. They're still fighting for it, and they came before a social affairs committee to fight for it and still haven't received anything there. So we have the $600. I have no idea where that number came from. It arrived 14 weeks after the CERB program was announced, so I'm curious to know that, and there's differences in the Senate House right now. It hasn't even come to us because they're still fighting over it. So the disability community is still waiting for it. So why has it taken 14 weeks to roll this out?
Senator Gold.
Well, thank you for the question. I'm advised the government still remains and is committed to helping persons with disabilities maintain their health, their safety, their dignity, as it's challenged even more so during these difficult times. All senators know that the bill, which includes the provision not only for the grant of this one-time grant to persons with disabilities, but also mechanisms so that information can be shared properly between agencies to make that the provision of those grants both targeted and as inclusive as possible, has not yet seen the light of day due to negotiations in the other place. That said, the government will continue to use all of its best efforts to support persons with disabilities, including seeking ways to provide that additional funding through alternative mechanisms. It's also worth pointing out, Senator, that many of the programs that this government has put into place to help Canadians through these difficult times are available to and have been taken advantage of by persons with disabilities, whether seniors or whether students or the general population. Thank you for your question.
What I'm hearing from the disability community, Senator Gold, that this is too little, too late. COVID-19 has really ravaged the disability community. We don't even have these stats, whether they're disabilities in nursing homes, disabilities at home. It's a very serious issue, and I just somehow feel that the disability community is not being treated in the same sense of others in this country, and I really believe it's a shame from my point of view. Do you have any idea, Senator Gold, who came up with the 600? Why not 700? Why not 1,000? Why not 500? How does somebody get to that kind of figure in terms of dealing with somebody with a disability?
Senator Gold.
Well, thank you for your question. I do not know why that number, as opposed to other numbers, higher or lower, were chosen. These are complicated calculations based also always made in the context of all of the programs that are in place to which people might benefit.